Now it is. Hello everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Welcome to your Tuesday editorial analysis. I hope you can see and hear me clearly. Send me a message if you can see me and hear me clearly. All right. Just send a yes or a no and then we can start the session. As you know, I have been down. I have cancelled a couple of classes because I've had a sore throat. Hello Sonali. But I'm back now with a bad throat. All right. So I hope all of you are preparing well for. We don't have too many days, but we'll try to keep doing these editorial analysis so that you at least solve one passage a week in a timed manner. Correct? Uh, do let me know what other topics you want me to cover, because in editorials are the most common source, either Guardian, Hindu, Times of India, Economic Times, whatever, right? So that is why I have stuck to them as far as possible. Good afternoon, Srishtu. Today I have chosen a topic which is a burning topic now, as you know, the India Canadian relations. You know that India has been accused of killing a Canadian national. The other side of the question is, of course, there that the said Canadian national is supposed to have terrorist links. But that's not the point. The point is India really involved? And Canada has accused India. India has refused. It said we have no role to play in this, and things have got escalated to a point that our relations have taken a downturn. There are a lot of Indians in Canada. There are a lot of Indian nationals who've become Canadian nationals. There are a lot of Indian students who are in Canada, and there are a lot of people who are hoping to study in Canada after US tightened rules and restrictions on Indian studies, and it became expensive. Canada is the destination now for most Indian students. So this is all what we are doing. Doing VRC 500 more express. They are moderate. Cat level questions are generally moderate only, no? Then VARC, the 500 most expected questions we are doing. We are only doing it because we think they are cat level. Cat is a mix of different levels. Now, the question itself need not be hard. What makes cat a difficult exam is the fact that you have to read it, you have to solve four passages and 16 plus 8 theta and other multiple choice questions in 40 minutes. That is what puts the stress on you. If you take the same passage and you solve it in 15 minutes, you'll do a good job. But you will be under stress to try to complete it within 8 or 10 minutes max. Try to do all the theta questions so that you get the 99 plus percentile, and that's where the stress comes in. When you look at the questions, that's exactly what happens, which is why we all take cat. All your mentors, we all take cat, so that we know exactly what the exam situation is like. Otherwise, when you look at the question paper, once the answer paper is released, you say, hey, isme kya tha? What was so difficult about this? So the 500 most expected questions, if you do it in a timed manner, that's exactly good practice. Uh, just make sure that you read at least half an hour a day at least, and solve one or at least three RCs at a stretch for half an hour if you are doing RC practice. Solve 10 or 8 VA questions at a stretch. That's your best practice. We have a lot of sectional tests, lot of mock tests. Make sure you take our open mock tests. We're getting very good feedback. We're working very hard on it. So make sure you take them, join the attempt, join the analysis, and see how where you stand. All right? Okay. As usual, I'm going to show you each slide for 40 seconds and then we'll start. Okay, all right, start. Okay. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. I'll summarize the passage for you at the end. Small, very small. Irva, very small. You can guess, no, from the word sound itself. Okay? All right. So, what is he talking about? Since Trudeau announced in the country's parliament, in the Canadian parliament, that he had information about credible means believable. We've done that. We've done what is the difference between, I should have, did I give this word? Hold on, let me get the pen color right. Credible, credulous, and creditable. Credible means believable. If you go in any Indian city and you're late for a meeting, even if you start an hour before the meeting and you go and apologize, saying that I was caught in traffic, in India, it's a credible excuse. Bad traffic, understand. You can believe that. That is credible. Credulous means somebody who is ready to believe anything you say. So it means he's naive, he's gullible, he can be easily tricked. Creditable means deserving credit or praise. India scoring 399 the other day against Australians was a creditable performance. However flat the wicket, they had good bowlers. So, however flat the wicket, it was a creditable performance. So, here Trudeau is saying, I have allegations and it is believable. They are not just something wild. That Indian agents of the Indian government were involved in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. And since when Trudeau announced this, our bilateral relationships, India, China, Canada relationship suddenly went on a downward spiral. Things got worse and worse and worse. New Delhi on its side said, no, we have nothing to do with it. Trudeau kept sticking to his charge. मैं जानता हूँ, whatever the allegations are true, he says. Okay? And he has invoked human rights, rule of law, as he is attacking India on the global stage. He's spoken against India on the global stage. For your information, out of the context of this passage, he is not getting support anywhere, not even in the US, because Biden has, in fact, just now praised India. Because the person, one is there is no proof, and the other is somewhere he has not got support. The way it has been done, he has been criticized. All right. Both countries, as a result, जब भी झगड़ा होता है, first thing that happens is they tell your ambassador, you go home, you send off their ambassador. So the diplomatic presence in each other's countries have reduced. But what is disturbing is reports of racial and xenophobic. We'll find out what xenophobic means. Slur means gali. Any word which is belittling, insulting, offending is called a slur. Gali dena. Okay? Against migrants and against Canadians of Indian origin. They are facing the brunt of it. Everywhere it happens, right? Canada has asked India to cooperate. One second, huh? One second. So, Canada has asked India to cooperate on an investigation in this matter. And Delhi said, okay, anything, we'll like to. If you have any information, share it with us. This willingness is at least to consider working together is worth building your relationship on. But what is Canada doing? Yet, it also begs the question, I wonder if the sentence is right. Where's the evidence, Trudeau? Okay, whatever the grammatical form of the sentence, we'll look at it. But basically, people are asking, where is your evidence? The problem at the heart of this current, now, we in India call it impasse, but it's actually impasse, is that this problem that India and Canada are having. What is the root of this problem? Ottawa wants to focus on unproven charges. कोई तो proof नहीं है, but they want to focus on that. Delhi says that you have been tolerant to militant separatist groups in China, in Canada. These separatist groups have been linked with terrorist attacks in India. India has given you proof and you've not acted on it. This is the problem. Actual problem. Here Canada has information, but it's not nothing proven. India, on the other hand, is saying we have given you a lot of evidence of groups in Canada which are doing anti-Indian terrorist activity and you've not taken any action on it. And that is the root cause of the problem. India and Canada have many things in common. They are democracies. Okay? Pardon? Not visible. No. I moved out for a second to shut the door. There was a lot of noise. India is a democracy with a constitution. The constitution embodies, enshrines, contains human rights, free speech, rule of law. Canada also does this. But these principles cannot be used, as Trudeau seems to be doing, as a fig leaf. We'll find out what's the meaning for this, of this, for vote bank politics. So basically what the author is saying is Trudeau is using human rights, free speech, rule of law as an excuse to protect criminals and terrorist groups. For the better part of 2 decades, 20 years or more, Delhi has raised this question with Canada that Khalistani groups are there in Canada. Under the rule of the Liberal Party, these groups are a very small minority. There's a huge Sikh presence in Canada. The Khalistani group forms a very small part of it, but they are causing problems for India. They do not, the impunity they enjoy total freedom from any punishment. That is the meaning of impunity. All right, is explained by the fact that they are very well organized and they have strategic voting. How? There are 20 to 25 constituencies in Canada where they are very powerful. So what has happened when Canada accused Delhi, Delhi's reaction was equally strong. It said your accusations are unsubstantiated. But the author says this is the author's suggestion to India that you should work hard to ensure that Canada's allegations do not harm India's reputation in Anglosphere and in the West. That Delhi must make sure that its concerns are communicated. Other countries know what are India's problems with Canada. But in the end, both countries must work to improve their relationship. Clear? All right. Okay. Ready for the questions? Main theme of the passage. Quickly. Let me push my thing forward. Let me look at your answers. What's the main theme of the passage? A. Canada must answer to India for irresponsibly accusing India. B. Delhi has justifiably reacted strongly to unsubstantiated accusations by Canada. Why am I saying China? India must not let Canada's offensive dent its reputation in the international community. Or India and China must work together to resolve their differences. What do you think is the correct answer? Let me quickly see your answers. A, B, C, or D? Let me quickly see your answers. I'm not able to see your answers quickly. Is there something wrong with my... Uh, okay, I'm seeing suddenly. Good. Surendra says it's D. Are you sure it's D? A, B, and C are also there in the passage. In India, India has, you know that the author's tone is positive about India's reaction. So can it be any other answer? This is a fact mentioned in the passage. This is a fact mentioned in the passage. This is also a fact mentioned in the passage. But at the end of the day, final point the author is making is that yes, India is doing this, it should do it, but the same time it must ensure, because there are lots of Indians in Canada whose uh, whose life, whose career, whose prospects will get affected. All right. Not C. C is been mentioned. He says yes, India must not do this. So if you say it is this, then this is also part of the reaction that Canada has unjustifiably, irresponsibly accused India. India has reacted, and the author's tone implies that he is supporting India. He does mention this, but the last paragraph, what does he say? He sums up everything that they must try to resolve. These are the problems. Canada says this, you've killed a Canadian national. India says, no, we have not. Your allegations are baseless. On the other hand, there are a lot of terrorists about whom we have given you proof, you have not done anything about it. So instead of fighting and bickering, India and Canada should work together. All right, so answer is D. All right, next one. It can be inferred that the main cause of the problems in India Canada relations is what? What is the main cause? The large and influential militant separatist groups in Canada, the Khalistani groups in Canada, which enjoy electoral influence in 20 to 25 constituencies in Canada, Canada's tolerance for militant separatist groups that have been linked with terrorist attacks in India over decades, or is it the vote bank politics practiced in Canada? Let me just have a swig of water. I'm seeing lots of answers for C. Any other answer? Lots of answers for C. Yes, this is correct. The fact that there are large and influential militant separatist groups is true, but that's not the main cause. Canada is not taking action against them. Khalistani groups enjoy electoral influence, which is why Canada is not doing anything against them. So the main key he is saying is that Canada has not taken, it seems to be tolerant, and that is unacceptable to India. Okay? All right, excellent. One reason why Canada is not taking action against the separatist groups is what? One reason for Canada's lack of action: the electoral influence of the separatist groups, Canada's obsession with human rights and free speech, Canada's lenient amnesty. Amnesty means forgiveness, the general pardon, okay? Or Canada's history of support of separatism. What do you think is the answer to question 3? Why do you think Canada is not acting against the separatist groups? For the best part of the last 2 decades, he has said, India has given Canada a lot of evidence. Canada has not acted. What do you think is the answer? What's the answer for question 3? A, B, C, or D? Influence, electoral influence, human rights and free speech, Canada's obsession, leniency, lenient amnesty rules, or Canada's support of C. Whenever you find a strong word like this, Sonali, it's not likely to be the right answer. Understood? Because he said that Canada is using human rights and free speech as a fig leaf for conducting vote bank policy. So, actual interest is that they have lot 22 to 25 constituencies they support. He has said nothing about amnesty rules in Canada. He said nothing about its history of support of separatism. He said in India it has not acted against India's evidence. So the other 3 are wrong. Okay, answer is good. Some of you got that right. All of the following is true according to the passage except. That means 3 are correct. Which one is not correct? India Canada relations have taken a downturn in the last few days. India's ties are growing stronger in some regions of the world. India Canada bilateral relationship is on the brink of a war. Canada has not offered any evidence of India's involvement in the killing of a Canadian national. Which one is not true? You have to identify that. Oh. All right, I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry. All right, now this is correct. Okay, I'm sorry about that. This is correct. He says India's growing influence in the West and Anglosphere. Find out the meaning of Anglosphere. He did not say it's on the brink of a war. He said it's taken a, the word he used is downward spiral. That means worsening at a rapid rate. But he didn't say it on the brink of a war. Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that. Okay. The author uses the term Delhi when referring to the Indian government. What element of rhetoric has been used here? Instead of saying the Indian government, he kept saying Delhi has so many times given Canada evidence. Delhi has refuted. So what, when he says Delhi, actually means the Indian government, right? So that thing, calling the American government the White House. Number 10 for the British government. What is that called? In what figure of speech is that? Yes, You can know from the option. Okay. Man proposes, God disposes. That's called an antithesis. So you put two expressions, one the opposite of the other, close to each other. That's called antithesis. Man proposes, God disposes. All right. Hyperbole means exaggeration. Bada chada ke bolna. Okay. You see one ant in the room and you see there are 1,000 ants in the room. That's called hyperbole, exaggeration. Rhetoric is, well, using bombastic language or eloquent language or persuasive language. Political rhetoric means bombastic speech. So, depending on what is used, that is the meaning of rhetoric. Metonymy is the word that we want. Okay. For example, you will say crown for the British royal family, right? You say Delhi for the Indian government. You say the White House for the American government. That is called metonymy. All right. What is the meaning of the expression xenophobic slurs? Take a guess. Take a guess. Xenophobia means fear. Okay, irrational fear. Xenos means people or strangers. Slur means epithets, bad words, belittling, disparaging expressions. So, what do you think xenophobic slurs means? Slur means abusive words, expressions, belittling expressions. Xenos means people or strangers, foreigners. Phobia means fear. Xenophobic slurs. What do you think it means? Insulting remarks about people of other nations, remarks displaying fear about the future, sarcastic remarks against people of other regions, or unpatriotic and harmful statements. Yes, the answer is A. Xenophobic slurs means insulting remarks about people of other nations. Okay, all right. Next question. What is the author's attitude towards the Canadian Prime Minister? Open What is the author's attitude towards Trudeau? Admiring, critical, objective, compassionate. What is the author's attitude towards Trudeau? A, B, C, or D? Admiring, critical, objective, compassionate. Yeah. He is out and out critical. He is harshly critical of Trudeau. Okay. So answer is B. Okay. What is the synonym of impasse? Not impasse. Many people say that, but when you look up a dictionary for the meaning of a word, you'll see a speaker sign there. Please put it on to know the exact pronunciation. Yeah. IMPASSE. What do you think it means? Passageway, entry ticket. This is not. Or, this is correct only. Deadlock, not deadlock. Deadlock is correct only. That's correct. Deadlock is also correct. I saw it as deadlock. Deadlock. What is it? Answer for question 8. C. Deadlock, roadblock, gridlock. No passage forward. You are accusing, we are accusing. Nobody is willing to go back. Nobody is willing to yield. Nobody is willing to move ahead. Okay. Okay. An expression has been used in the passage. Trudeau is using democracy, human rights as a fig leaf for vote bank politics. What do you think fig leaf means? peace offering, gesture of goodwill, warning, or camouflage. Best of the options given to you. You will not get the perfect meaning. Okay, what do you think Pig leaf means? Uh, Peace offering, gesture of goodwill, warning, or camouflage. Question 9. What is the answer? If you say somebody is using something as a fig leaf, what are you saying? Question 9. Yeah, or an excuse. Okay, as a camouflage, as an excuse, as a cover, when the actual intention is something else. Excellent. Answer is D. All right. Is the statement which was given in the passage, the editorial where I got it was correct, but I might have changed the sentence that was used in the editorial, and yet it also begs the question, where's the evidence, PM Trudeau? This is the sentence that I have used in the passage. May be correct, may have been tampered with. Yet it also begs an answer, where's the evidence, PM Trudeau? Basically, the situation makes us ask Trudeau, where is the evidence? That's what he's trying to say. What's the expression for it? Begs the question, begs an answer, begs us to ask the question, is begging for an answer to the question. What do you think is the correct expression? Question 10. Begs the question, begs an answer, begs us to ask the question, begs the question is the correct expression. Begs the question means forces us to ask this question. What is happening? Isn't it obvious? Natural thing to do is ask a question. Okay. All right. Did you like that passage? Did you enjoy it? Was it nice? How many questions did you get correct? Out of the first five, how many did you get right? The next five were vocabulary and grammar based. But out of the first five, how many did you get right? Out of the first five questions, at least 3 out of 5 correct. All 5 out of 5 were correct is what you should be getting now. 9 out of 10, excellent. All right. All right. Join our courses. We have scholarship tests. We have open mocks 8th to 17th. 4 out of 5 is excellent. Ask us anything. We'll keep having these sessions. The last one happened on 14th. And free interactive workshop on balancing CAT prep with your career. There's a scholarship exam twice a month. If you want to join, if you take the test, you can join our courses with the scholarship. Join our social media handles. All right. Tomorrow, I will be taking a session on how to get your reading comprehension right in 75 days. Right? What should be your RC strategy? I'm taking an actual passage from a past year CAT paper, and we will time it, read it, and try to answer it. Even if you look at the passage and say I've done it before, it still doesn't matter. Okay, you need to look at the process so that you'll understand how to answer those questions. Join me the same time tomorrow if you're free. We will look at RC preparations in and strategy in the next few days. All right. Until then, join our sessions, look at any notification that you get, keep reading. All right, work hard, take our mocks, take our open mocks, join all our sessions, and all the best for your preparation. All right, I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.